Gate 14 podcast, and ladies and gentlemen, anything is possible. Avery, what's up, brother? How we doing? I mean, the vibes are weird because it should have been a sweep and we took 2 or 3. I don't know if I should be happy or pissed off. Where are you at with this?
I felt like we were part of the team. It was a grind this week. Was it not?
Dude, the stream's till 2 a.m. Listen, I love the listeners. It's worth it, obviously. We broke our record back-to-back streams, by the way. Thanks for everyone that tuned in. It's just, it taxes you. Obviously, I didn't have to work this week. So, like, I got to sleep until like 10. But, like, you having to do a stream till 2 a.m. and then having to drive all the way to Kitchener at God knows what time you had to leave. 7 a.m. maybe? I don't know.
No, I leave at like 8, but I can tell you after the Monday night game, I slept through all my alarms and it was just an hour late for work. I don't know if I forgot to set them or I slept through it. I would like to think I just didn't set them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm from a if I look back on it, happy with 2-1 against the Dodgers, but being there, watching those games, you're really not happy with that.
Like, looking at that on paper, if I just woke up from a coma, sorry, fuck.
Johnny.
If I just woke up from a
You
coma.
just woke up from a coma.
If I just woke up from a coma and I'm like looking at the schedule, I'm like, oh, 2 or 3 from the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium, sure. But if I peel back the onion, I'm like 4-run lead in the 9th and pretty much led every single game until the 9th inning. I'm like, pull the trigger. I'm in pain. So I don't know where to be with it, but that's ball, folks. Like YJ says, it's ball.
Yeah. The Jays had a lead in the 7th or later of every game this road trip and ended up 3-3, right?
That's ball though. That's the chalk one up to the game.
100%. Well, you have to chalk 3 up to the game, sadly, not just 1.
Yeah, chalk 3 up to the game. How do I describe that? The most Toronto Blue Jays road trip ever. Misery, heartbreak, bounce back from it, and then just we're back. Like, it was like that meme. It was like, we're dead, season's over, we're all the way back, we're back, it's over. Like, that's what the Toronto Blue Jays season has been. And like I said, I was just on that show with Roger Lajoie on Fan 590, and I said, like, this team having the best record in the American League over the last 50 games will never not make sense in my mind. It doesn't. I can't compute it. I can't understand it.
Yeah, for having the best record in the American League, it's sure been hell at the same time.
Yeah.
Has it not?
Yeah, you're right. But you know what, though? When we're looking back on this and we're doing one episode a week in November and December, we're going to be like, fuck, I would kill for a heartbreaker at 2 a.m. right now. I would kill to be live streaming a game right now. You know? Perspective.
Yeah. What was the feeling like after yesterday's game? I know it's not wild card game 2, but it felt awfully similar.
Softly close. Let me put this into perspective. The Toronto Blue Jays, a team that quite literally never gets insurance runs, ever. That's just not how they do it. That's just not how this team rolls. Getting insurance runs and it meaning goddamn nothing, that's what made it way worse. Just Jano raking, obviously coming through with a 2 RBI, double, bases loaded with 2 outs. Everything was clicking, and then next thing you know, we are in misery because Eric Swanson, who's been overthrown like a motherfucker, comes in and gives up 4. I don't know. That was the worst loss of the year, right? We can all agree on that. Like, not even close.
I think so. Most disappointing one for sure. I hadn't felt like that after a game all year yet. So
really,
yeah,
all year.
That was the first
Maybe
time.
That Mariners game though they lost when it was 7-4 on Saturday was pretty bad too. I mean, that's 2 in a week.
That was also bad, but like, I woke up the next day,
yeah,
and I was just like, I kind of feel like shit about this still. Usually I'm pretty good at flushing it, get to the next one.
Yeah.
I was driving to work, didn't really listen to anything on the way to work, just sat in silence, just kind of thinking about the game. I was like, that really fucking sucked.
For sure. But I have a couple things that I saw on Twitter that I want to address here. Ballpark proposals. Have we talked about that before on here? And I don't know if our listeners, maybe some
not
of our listeners,
this year.
maybe some of our listeners have done this. Oh, we did talk about it last year. Remember the Red Sox proposal when they were losing by 20?
Yes.
Yes.
It's still a
Okay.
good conversation to have,
It's a
nonetheless.
great conversation to have because obviously I'm trying to think if our listeners are the type to do, I don't think they are. I couldn't think it's anything on the planet's more cheesy, more like just like, what the fuck are we doing? Like makes it uncomfortable, you know? Like, am I the only one that thinks like that, Avery? I think ballpark proposals are like the worst thing you could possibly do,
Well,
right?
at heart, you're a lover. So just ballpark proposals aren't your thing. You're going for something on a more grand stage. But I also don't think it's good. I think it's kind of shitty as well.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's like
bro.
when you put it up on the Jumbotron, like, will you marry me? And then it cuts to them in the park.
It makes my skin crawl. It
But
really
just
does.
like, you got to be forced into a situation where you say yes there, even if you want to say no. Like, how many ballpark proposals you think are kibosh by the time they leave the park?
That I would love to get the analytics and baseball savant fucking tap in one time and let's actually care. Let's calculate stats that matter. Listen, if I'm the girl, like, and you know what's crazy is listen, if the girl is like a massive baseball fan, maybe that's like maybe the only exception. But if it's like a girl, a lot of the times when we watch it and we see it at the ballpark, Avery, it's a girl who clearly is there that maybe doesn't care. Like she's not a big baseball fan. And she's just looking around. There's 50,000 fucking people looking at her getting proposed to on the Jumbotron. It's not romantic. It's like, it's terrible. Like it's such a lazy way to propose to someone. Maybe if it was like a second proposal after you already did like a thing in private or whatever. But doing it in front of that many people that you don't know, that like don't give a fuck personally, obviously, I don't care. It just sucks. I saw it. I was like, I think that's like a consensus. Like everyone agrees on that, right? It's
Yes.
a terrible thing.
Yes, I agree. And now maybe if you like worked for the team or something, I don't know. It's just, there's not many situations where I feel like it's the right thing to do. But we'll let the ladies answer that question.
Yeah, we'll have the females answer that. Maybe tweet at us tomorrow. Let us know. But I just think it's such an awkward setting to do it. I don't know. I just think it's such an awkward setting to do it in. I can't really make sense of it. I just don't know why someone would do that and put that.
Imagine what made you think of that.
I saw a tweet someone got proposed to. I like it just recycled on my timeline. I think it was a prank that like this girl got proposed to at the Rogers Center.
Yeah, that was fake.
Yeah, that was obviously fake as shit. But yeah, what I'm saying is just like, yeah, I don't know. I couldn't be more out on the ballpark proposals. But speaking about things that are completely opposite proposals of people that fuck, we got to talk about Hennything as possible. The name of this episode, the GOAT, the king, the legend. I couldn't be more in on Genesis Cabrera. Hennesis Cabrera. He fucking rules. What a fleece.
So if you haven't seen the video, there is like a college white girl. Someone asked the craziest place she's had sex, and she is so ready to tell this story. Like she is
she was dialed in.
She's so proud of this. She said she's had sex at an MLB player's house, and it was Hennesis Cabrera's. So we know that he fucks, and God, can he fucking throw the baseball pretty good. Well, he had two great outings back to back. Sometimes, like, obviously a gifted arm, left-handed, up to 97.
Yeah.
Took away one of his pitches when he got over here. One of them sucks, like just really sucks, and he was throwing it a decent amount.
And Pistol Pete said, "Get that shit the fuck out of here."
And I said to you on stream, I said the Cardinals haven't done a great job of developing pitchers in a long time. They fucking get rid of all the good ones like Zach Gallen, Sandy Alcantara. Pitching is not their thing, so it's nice to get a good arm, fleece them, and get Hennesis Cabrera, who was a huge part of this week, and a bullpen that is absolutely fucking taxed because
couldn't be more taxed
because we do stuff like Friday night taking Kikuchi out when he
like 80 pitches.
Yeah. And you do that every start and you don't believe in your guys.
So Roger Lajoie asked this. How much of the bullpen being taxed do you blame on John Schneider for pulling the trigger? Like if you could do a percentage wise. Because he pulls the trigger on guys a lot early. Like we saw with Chris Bassett a couple times, Kevin Gossman a couple times, Barrios a couple times. I think Barrios' last start, he was pissed off. He got pulled early. A decent amount of times, John Schneider and co are pulling the trigger and pulling these pitchers way too early. Like, how much do you blame it on John Schneider here, Abe?
You can always look back and say, like, what actually happened, right? It's not so you bring in good relievers and you get out of situations that maybe you leave them in, they don't go that way. So maybe 50% I'll put on John Schneider, because the Kikuchi thing, he was pulling him nonstop, 80 pitches, first sign of someone on base. And that kind of got after it. And then you play some bad defense, you don't score a lot of runs. And again, you're in close games needing your high leverage relievers. And then you play like this road trip. They threw so often, all the relievers in big spots, and it came back to bite them. So I'll go 50% on John Schneider for that.
Yeah, 50% on John Schneider, 50% on the offense. Like, that's just clear, obviously. I would probably say 60% offense, 40% Schneider. But another guy, speaking about bullpen arms, we got to talk about this Bowden Francis story. You saw my tweet, right? When I said I'm back in on Bowden Francis?
Yes.
Okay. This is fucking hilarious. And he's fine with me telling this, obviously, because me and him DM a decent amount of times now. So Bowden Francis was on our guy Blake Murphy show, Blue Jays Talk Plus. And he just openly said a fuck bomb. He was just like, I fucking love him. And I tweeted, Bowden Francis just swore on the airwaves, can't keep getting out of his own way. And then Luplo texts me. He's like, what's your deal with Bowden? Like, Bowden just texted me, like, what's up? Like, what's your problem with him? Oh, I was like, yeah, he came on my show and he was fucking terrible. So then Luplo was like, yeah, Bowden was like, he was just preoccupied during the show, or he had something on his mind during the show. He's going through stuff. I was like, whatever. So I get a DM request from Bowden Francis. And I got to pull this interaction up because this is the funniest interaction of all time. So Bowden Francis DMs me. He DMs me first. I thought it was a burner. He says, you stay on my ass, LOL, with the laughing emoji. And I said, bro, I don't even hate on you. Look at all my tweets. And I sent him all of my tweets of like me, like just pumping his tires. And he said, my podcasts are ass. Don't worry, I'm messing around. I said, it's all good, brother. We've been pumping your tires. He said, I know. And then I said, I'm going to tweet him about Bowden Francis guy. He said, haha, you're hilarious. Thanks, man. Just have to stay ready for the next opportunity. And then it just went from there. But anyways, me getting a DM from Bowden Francis saying, you stay on my ass was insane, because it was obviously a joking tweet, but he's name searching his name and me saying like dog shit podcast guest. And the funniest thing is he remembers, because he gave me an explanation. I'm not going to obviously disclose what he said of why he was terrible on the podcast. So I was like,
it a good enough explanation for you?
No, it was a terrible explanation. It was terrible. But like the fact that he gave that and gave me like a sense of comfortability, like, okay, it wasn't me just being a fucking idiot. He actually was whatever. He actually gave me an explanation. I was like, all right, Bowden, that's fine. Just so funny. The DM, the Luplo text, like, what's your problem with Bowden? Because Bowden texted him and saw that like we're boys, is so funny. So I had to tell that story. It's obviously he's gonna be fine me telling it. But yeah, I'm a Bowden Francis guy now. That's
good
just
to see. He's been pitching well in the minors again.
280 RA in the minors. 280 RA in the minors to our guy. But anyways, I'm gonna make sure that our listener who won the free tickets is listening. So this is a test. If you don't answer by, what time should we say tomorrow? If you don't answer by,
you do this all the time and you just DM them.
No, I'm not going to DM this guy.
You should probably DM him. Like, who cares?
Congratulations to Angelo Flying F for winning the 2 tickets. These seats are fucking insane. If I wasn't doing a solo Friday beers, I would probably be sitting in these seats, but credit to good guy Johnny for doing all that type of stuff for the people. More giveaways coming for the people. So don't be mad. Don't say, oh, Johnny, win. I need to get tickets. We had over 200 submissions. So pretty small. I'm not a math guy, but that's under a 1% chance you won these. So shout out to Angelo.
I don't want to put you under the bus here. How'd you choose the winner?
I did the wheel before the pod. I don't want to do that live action bang, and then I'm waiting on the fucking thing and also submitting. This was a legit one. So credit to Angelo. And also I read in our comments, because I see the thing is when people win these giveaways, I'll name search Gate 14 on their Twitter, see if there are any little closet haters tweeting at us. This guy fucking loves us. I mean, all of his tweets at us are just body bagging Mike Wilner with us. And he said that I also saw a tweet he was going to take his daughter to the game, so that's obviously really nice as well. So you love to see that. You love to see that. So good guy, Johnny. But congratulations, Angelo, Italian, I hope, and there we go from there. But
what did you get up to this week, like in the life of Johnny?
Nothing, man. The mother is in Nashville. And I'm gonna roast you in your mother's basement. Listen, when Gate 14's on the moon and I'm in the penthouse, we'll see who the fuck's laughing. All right, with me and Avery in Toronto.
So you're the king of the castle this
I'm
week.
the king of the I'm the king of the castle. And honestly, like, I really haven't done anything around the house to help. Like, she was like, "Can you vacuum?" Maybe I'll do that Friday. We'll see. I haven't done fuck all. I mean, I clean after myself, obviously.
My parents are also gone.
It rules.
It's the best.
I'll never be able to afford a house on my own, but just having a house to yourself on your own is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I was just falling asleep in the living room downstairs, just doing whatever the fuck I wanted. It's kind of sick.
It fucking rules, dude.
25 and just still here, man.
Yeah, well, whatever. Listen, that's the economy. That's ball.
Yeah, that is ball.
But yeah, no, it was a great week, man. I mean, listen, the summer is just, I'm trying not to get these summer days away. I'm trying to make it worth it. I was like, maybe I won't go out in Toronto this week because we're going out with Alto and all those guys and Curtis and Cincinnati in like a month, and so I can save up. No, I'm going out in Toronto this weekend. Johnny Toronto's back Saturday. But yeah, no, I just making the most of the summer. But let's go into the ball talk now, boys. Let's go into the ball talk. So game one, that game took off 1,000 years of my life. And I'll say this, I don't know if we should just permanently do streams at like 10 o'clock, but the viewership was fucking insane.
Like, we could get the West Coast crew tapped in.
Is that why?
Must have been.
It has to be.
T-Mac was at the office today and he said, how'd you get so many more people? And I had no clue why we had so many more, but it had to have been you get more people from the West Coast.
Not sure. But anyways, let's talk about that Monday game.
The Monday game feels like forever ago.
It really does. Like, it really feels like it just took years off of my life. So the Monday game, Jays go down 2-0. Barrios honestly looked kind of shaky there at the start. He was walking more guys than he was striking out. Did not look great. Max Muncy single RBI at the bottom of the first. Jason Hayward home run. Crazy that guy's still fucking doing the thing. And then next thing you know, the Jays just put up a crooked number, a little 2 spot to tie the game up. And you're just starting to think in the back of your head, like, listen, they get to this Dodgers bullpen who is not fucking good. We saw that today. We saw that with Phil Bickford on Monday. They suck. They got a chance to do something serious here. Next thing you know, it stays 2-2. Top of the 8th inning, our king, Matty Chapsticks, is starting to show life. Launches a baseball into fucking orbit to take the lead. Albeit, though, bottom of the 8th, the Jays gave up a game-tying nuke to tie it. And honestly, Avery, it felt like the world was gonna like the bottom of the 8th. Blue Jays Twitter was insufferable. It was like, I hate my life. I don't want to be here anymore. It was the entire thing. And you get to the top of the 10th inning, the Jays just look embarrassing in extra innings. They didn't even get a guy on fucking third with that. And you know who comes up and steps up? A guy that needed it more than air, needed it more than I need vision. Dalton fucking Varsho. Is it crazy to say, Avery, this week he's looked substantially more comfortable at the plate? Like, am I the only one that thinks that? I mean, maybe the stats don't back it up, but he's getting deeper in counts. He's walking a little bit more. I don't know. I think he looked, maybe that propelled something. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was a huge weight off his shoulder on that hit that very well could have been a catch somehow by Jason Hayward. Like, he's really, really good defender and kind of misreads a short hop, gets by him. That was awesome. But no, I don't think he's looked that much better.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe in my mind,
he swings through the high fastball like it's no one's business. We were talking to Joe Musgrove and the Padres guys. You said this. You're like, Dalton Varsho, you just throw him fastballs up, right? And everyone was just like, yeah, that's exactly what you do. And yeah. What was it? The extra innings at bat yesterday?
Yeah, that was bad.
Was that 3 straight pitches?
3 straight elevated fastballs. Maybe I am just skewed from that Monday game.
You could be right. But there's a reason the Jays won that game. He is a part of that. he needs to take that and build off it.
But it was off of Phil Bickford. And I got to say, that dude is so bad. So fucking bad. Shout out to Alex Anthopoulos for not signing him when he got drafted. Chess while checkers. So fucking funny, dude. But yeah, he just walks the house, and then Bo Bichette obviously pinch hit. I think pinch hits, and then he walks and all that type of stuff. But Jordan Romano looked awesome in extras, man. I mean, with that guy, like, can we rest these guys? Can the offense do something so we could just take the weight off of these dudes' shoulders like we had to today with Romano, where he didn't have to pitch? Like, fuck. When he's rested and he's not throwing every day, he is unbelievable. Running it up to 99, the slider's absolutely insane.
And he looked hurt again during that outing.
I did say he broke his back spinal. You can see it in one of the clips. He did look hurt, but he's just an absolute dog. Packs the biggest dips, and just, I gotta say this, and maybe someone can respond to that. Jordan Romano is the hairiest dude in baseball.
100%.
Like, he is a werewolf of hair. It is insane that guy found love. I don't know.
You think he's a good looking guy?
I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, sure. We can pretend. He is the hairiest dude ever. But yeah, Romano comes in, shuts the door.
Do you think he'd ever cut his hair?
Like, get like a laser surgery where he doesn't have to.
No. I mean, like a hair on his head, like haircut.
No. Oh my God, him with short hair would be nightmare fuel, bro. Holy fuck.
I don't know. I think he might be a good look for him at some point, but it's just part of his crazy look.
Yeah.
Just fucking curly hair coming from everywhere.
Yeah,
the
he's a
curly hair
headed fuck.
Yeah, connecting to his chest right from his beard. No, he did look good too. And these games are just mixing with me. When you're talking about what was happening, obviously I remember the Chapman home run off Brusdar Gratterall. If you put a percentage chance of that happening with him throwing 101 or whatever it was, I'd put it close to 0%. And the way he hit
0%. None. That's it.
And then he backsided it, where probably what he would have to do, he's probably not turning on that, but fuck, man, that was awesome as well. But then you immediately give up the lead.
Like, it was within 5 minutes of my happiness, actually. Yeah. I was so happy. And honestly, man, we got to talk about Jay Jackson. Johnny knows ball. I have been saying this for weeks. This is a bad motherfucker, Jay Jackson. And it's about time this dude started getting respect. And Avery said this last podcast or on the live stream. There's a reason they sent Nate down, right? There's a reason they sent Nate down. Jay Jackson's kind of overtaken that role. His stats, 15 innings pitched, 0.57 ERA, 1 run, 0.57 whip, 16 strikeouts, and 4 walks in 15.2 innings. And his ERA plus is like 660. It's the most ridiculous. I know it's not sustainable. Maybe it is. Maybe he's the next Mariano Rivera. I don't know. He's a dog. That is a bad man, Jay Jackson. Bad man.
I would like them to put FIP on the broadcast instead of ERA plus. Like, the ERA there is telling you if it's good or bad. The ERA plus, I think it's a nice stat to have. I feel like we could put another more useful stat on the Sportsnet broadcast instead of ERA plus.
Yeah, maybe the stat nerds could back you up on that. That's a good point, because you see ERA there. Like, if the guy's ERA is good, his
ERA plus. Like, it does tell you where it ranks amongst players, and I don't know if it's ranked amongst all players or if it's ranked against relievers, probably the whole league, but like, FIP would be a nice thing to see if it's like sustainable, if he's outperforming some numbers, if he's underperforming some numbers. So yeah, that's my thing. That's my thing with Sportsnet. But Jay Jackson's been fucking really good.
He's insane. Even today. Like, but we got to talk like that first game he had on Monday. He is facing the top of the Dodgers order. Yes. Like, he 1, 2, 3, back pocket. Like, that is not normal for someone that's like a AAA fringe guy to do against we said this on the stream, Avery. He had to face Hall of Famer, All-Star. That's what he had to face. And you got all 3 of them like they were nothing.
Yeah, body bags.
It was insane. It was like, that might be, and I know we talk about start of the World Series DVD. That might be it. And then we just delete.
I don't think that's the start of the World Series DVD. That's the start of Jay Jackson highlight tape though.
Okay, yeah. Well, someone's got to make that. Can someone out there, can a listener make a Jay Jackson highlight tape from this year with the Fort Minor background song? 10% luck, 20% skill. Can
It's
someone
sad
just get
because I can very well do that. Like
no. We need a
easily.
listener to do it. We need a listener's twist on it. That's
Okay.
what we need. But it's just Jay Jackson forever.
That's what happens when you have decent depth at multiple levels, which is something I feel like we didn't have last year.
Yeah.
Like Bowden Francis very well could be pitching for this team out of the bullpen.
He should. I mean, Mitch White.
Sure. Mitch White has not been great.
Oh, 7 ERA is not great. Wait.
All the best players had 7 ERAs at one point.
Yeah, maybe, sure. Doc Holliday got sent down to AAA.
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
Mitch White's a starter. He shouldn't be coming out of the bullpen.
Stop that immediately.
Maybe
Holy shit.
Maybe not a starter for this team, but
yeah, he'll be a great starter in Oakland, maybe something like that. Maybe Washington. He gives me Washington vibes. But yeah,
Mitch White is the reason this got so big this offseason. So I'll forever be in debt to Mitch White.
Okay, you really put things into perspective for me. I appreciate that. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
If Mitch gets DFA'd, I think we should send him something nice.
You should. Like it's like a Derek Jeter gift basket after he fucks a girl.
Yes.
We should do that. The Game 14 boys should. Every single time a Jay gets DFA'd, like Trent Thornton Butters, RIP, we just send him a gift basket. Like we just fucked it. Like the Derek Jeter gift basket.
We need to make like a custom shirt of him on the show with us. Just like, thank you, Mitch.
Yes. Thank you, Mitch. Thank
that
you,
he
Mitch.
would never, ever wear.
That he would never wear. He'd probably burn it. Probably would actually tell the airport, just leave it here.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it would definitely be funny. We should definitely do that. But yeah.
The bullpen depth is good, man. Like Nate's in AAA. He is in a decent amount of major league bullpens if you're in another organization, even if he has been shaky.
And Chad Green's coming up, right?
Chad Green's coming up. They're taxed right now. And we had someone come into the stream and be like, "Oh, this isn't a World Series bullpen because we're throwing our 6th and 7th guys in spots they shouldn't be." It's like, dude, shut up.
It's just it's taxed.
Yes. Like Eric Swanson's thrown a million more innings
than he has in his entire career.
And it's showing in his numbers. He's declining because he's throwing all the time. So you can't really give bullpen guys rest in the middle of seasons if you need to use your bullpen all the time. You just need deep starts from your starters. And that should hopefully come from the 6-man rotation.
Though. Because the 6-man rotation eliminates the bullpen arm. Because you got to send someone down to bring someone up.
That's what I'm saying. Your max isn't 100. Your max is 110.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you're saying going deeper, like 120, like 115. Okay, that makes more sense.
I think that's how you do it because
you have extra rest. Okay. Yeah, yes. I don't hate that. I mean, he's been really cute with the pulling of the guy, so that does make sense. But let's talk about the vibes after that game. I genuinely couldn't sleep. Like that game was so fun. Like Jay Jackson doing that. A guy who, could you imagine if I would have told you in April or like, let's say March, Jay Jackson would be pitching high leverage against the LA Dodgers and go 2 scoreless and have to pitch against Mookie, Freddie Freeman, and Will Smith?
Yeah.
Will Smith, and go 3 up, 3 down, and the Jays would win. You'd say, who the fuck's Jay Jackson? And 2, that's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
And Hennything Cabrera throwing.
Yeah, for sure. Those 2 guys, those are the Bash brothers. Those are the the eating inning brothers. Maybe we got to come up with a name with that. We got to come up with a name for those 2. But yeah, that game ruled. The vibes were immaculate. Broke the record on the stream, but the next day we broke it again.
Yes,
we went back to back. Let's go into the game heard around the world. The worst game of all time. I know we talked about it a little bit at the start. I honestly, like, and maybe someone can roast me for this or talk me off this. That gave me the exact same terrible feeling in my stomach, like the exact same terrible vibes as the wild card game.
Yeah, I was very close to feeling the same way. I think I said that at the start as well. I laid down after. I was like, I'm ready to go to bed. It's like, fuck, this kind of sucks. And I was trying to remember back to how I felt after the wild card game. Just be like, pieces of me's kind of gone right now. Like something we were doing every day, working towards. It's just like, kind of sucks, man. We can't do that right now. It's like, when are the Jays playing? Oh, they're never playing again. But that's what regular season baseball is. It's like, we have a game the next day. I was talking to my brother eating dinner tonight. Any other time, like if that's a meltdown in the playoffs and you lose your season on that, and you have to wait a whole off season.
That is what makes the wild card one way different. Because when I was up in those stands and the Mariners are celebrating on the field, I was like, I'm not going to see this team play until like a regular season game until April of next year.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that's in my mind. I'm like, fuck. Dude.
And then we had to bounce back to an afternoon game the next day on this one. So it's like, okay.
So it's easy to forget, especially when they play like they did today. It makes it easy for forget. But that game, I mean, you did everything in your power to win that game. Like I said, you hit runners in scoring position. Danny Bonds is fucking insane. This dude is
a 3-run double.
The 3-run double from Danny Jansen, the well-needed cushion for this bullpen. And honestly, like I'm trying to think how to word this properly to make this make sense.
What was the worst part of the 9th inning?
The Chapman bounce.
I agree. The game's over if Matt Chapman doesn't get the worst hop I've ever seen on a Major League Baseball field. Like, it was a top spun ball that hopped fucking 3 feet up on him, that Matt Chapman turns that double play 100 times out of 100. And it
even gets an out. Like, just the out, because that was the winning run at second, right? Like, or the tying run at second. Even if he just gets an out there and throws to second, gets the lead runner, then all right, a little bit different here, right? Like the at-bat's a little bit different. Swanee feels a little bit different, but just seeing that hop. But we could talk about the offense in that game. Obviously, shout out to Whit Merrifield, who continues to just be the best hitter in in my mind, in baseball. Brandon Belt continues to rake. Just all these guys, man. The offense, I can't say this enough. The guys that shouldn't be performing, bro, Bo Bichette 4 for 6.
Yeah.
He's fucking wild. Jordan Luplow 1 for 4. Obviously with a little bloop there, but it's just the guys that shouldn't be performing that I have the lowest expectations for, the dudes carrying this fucking offense. Like Danny Jansen, Whit Merrifield, and Brandon Belt. I know Bo Bichette obviously is one of those guys as well, but
Kirky got a double as well on a ball that was definitely looks like it was a ground into a double play.
Yeah, ground into double play ball. And then Chris Bassett wasn't great, but he kept you guys in the game. 5 runs, 2 innings, 1 run away from a quality start. We'll call it a gate 14 quality start. Genesis Cabrera, 2 innings, 3 strikeouts. Like, everything went right that game until 1 inning. It was 1 inning that fucked the entire thing, or 1/2 inning. That was a Mona Lisa game until then, Avery.
Yeah.
A Mona Lisa game. The bullpen was looking great. Obviously, Genesis comes in. All these guys are pitching really well. The offense puts up a crooked number like crazy. 7 runs or 6 runs. I think it was 7, actually. Yeah, 7 runs. And what do you do? Like, you blow it in the ball. Are you
mad? How did it? First of all, Vladdy getting a glove on that ball was kind of impressive on the Chris Taylor one.
Yes.
Espinal just holding on to the baseball and just looking at first base is just the worst feeling in the world.
And that video makes it look so much worse. Like, I don't know if people are slowing it down, but the video of it that I'm seeing is he just genuinely was just camping there.
Yeah.
Like he was prone. And the thing that with Espinal is like, you got to know the situation. You know, that guy is rounding third. Like, he's hard turning third. You think he just like jogging in there?
The thing for me is the game's over if he makes the throw to first and he's out.
Yeah.
So obviously that's his first course of action, because imagine he picks up the ball and he can get the runner at first and he just doesn't throw it to him. It's like, okay, what the fuck are you thinking? And then Will Smith blows a stop sign because the ball is on the infield. I just don't think there was any. Yeah, like Will Smith shouldn't have gone. The third base coach held him.
But he saw the situation though with Espinal pretty much like standing prone.
Yes. Well, he thought the ball probably got through. Maybe. He like hit off his glove, went through, and he's like, okay, I got to score here. Super aggressive situation trying to score the tying run.
Yeah.
So I think it was just a culmination of some really bad things. The worst look in the world for him, though. Like I'm not gonna sugarcoat that.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. How is he still on this team with like Addison, like the way Addison's playing in the minors, man? Like I don't.
There's a lot of
Or Davis Schneider.
yeah. There's a
Like,
lot of good stuff going on, and it's like I don't want to chirp Kevin Biggio, but I saw someone tweet that a lot of other teams that are successful call up non like super prospects and still get better. It's like Espinal, Biggio. Biggio's been fine like recently. Isn't a chirp to him, but
yeah,
like you should move on from some of those guys when you can. It's like, okay, get a little something for them and then give guys opportunities. Like how long are they going to stay in the minors? Everyone in the Orioles system's hitting 350 and they just keep bringing them up, and they do okay. It's like Jordan Westberg and Colton Cowser, like splitting at bats. They don't even play the same position, but they have super prospects, just not even getting a bunch of at bats in the big leagues, and we have them just like hitting really well. Austin Barger's up on any other organization probably with his little hot streak
for sure. But like my thing is, it's kind of pissing me off. Is like I'm looking at guys like Davis Schneider, who has, oh my God, he has 20 home runs already. What bad does it take? Like, he can't be worse than Espinal. He's a second baseman that hits for power. What more do you fucking need? This is what you need. His OPS is 965 in AAA, dude. 965. I don't know what more this guy has to do. And at some point, you're going to have to sack up, swallow your pride, and send down Espinal and be like, figure it the fuck out, man. Because he has not been good defensively. His OPS is below 700 against lefties, righties, whatever, ambidextrous, whatever the fuck. He's just below 700 and everything. So what good does it do having a guy who hits for power, who is shown he can hit for power in the minors, who is raking? Why are you leaving him down there? What does, like, how, it's not a bad thing to call him up and give him some at-bats. Like, put Whit in left and put him at second, you know? Like, I don't get why we're just letting him rot down there, a Davis Schneider type.
You know what floor you have with the guys on your team, but you have no idea the ceiling. And we just haven't even explored the thought of trying something else. They're just happy with what they have.
It's annoying, man. It's so annoying. Like, even Spencer Horwitz is hitting like 350 in the minors right now. Like,
and what, he has 7 at-bats with this team.
Yeah, like, it's just I don't get. I'm trying to get it.
I would like more prospects to be called up and given a chance.
Okay, yeah. Prospect resurgence. Like, just let Davis Schneider get 20 at-bats in the majors. Just see what you have from this guy, man, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we know what he could do in AAA, and that's rake, right? So, like, he's forcing the Blue Jays' hand, and sooner or later, something's got to happen, man, where you got to call him up. Like, Espinal is nothing but detrimental to this team. He provides zero value, not an ounce of value, not an iota. So just bring the big dog up, please. Bring Davis Schneider up, please. But yeah, like you were talking about that game. It's like the thing that I'm mad about more is like just the bad bounce, and then the Espinal. Like, that entire inning was just a fever dream to me. And then the worst part of it is you have a chance to win it in the top of the 10th, but you're so depleted.
Oh my God, I fucking forgot about this.
You're so depleted where it's like your offense is like, we just scored 7 and we're in extras, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was so bad.
Do you remember the Luis Rivera sending Kevin Kiermaier?
Yep. So top of the 10th, Kiermaier at second, Dalton Varsho, the 3-pitch strikeout. The strikeout heard around the world. And Bo Bichette does his job. Pro hitter, opposite field single, to Mookie Betts, who has one of the best arms, or if not like a top 10 arm maybe in baseball. I don't know. And Luis Rivera is sending a guy who is like, all right, he's fast, but is he the fastest dude alive? No. I don't even think fucking Whit Merrifield scores on that Avery. He sends Kevin Kiermaier, and Kevin Kiermaier is out by 1 trillion feet with a bad throw. The throw was offline. The catcher caught it, dove back to home plate, and still got the tag off. That's how out he was, Avery.
He's safe if he dives head first as well. I don't know why he went feet first.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just like you get your hand in there, extend as far as you can, and you're safe, man. Fuck.
I'm more mad about the send though than the slide.
Oh yeah, 100%. The send was horrific, dude. That and the Red Sox send are the exact same thing.
Luis Rivera is just asleep at the fucking wheel there. I really don't know.
Well, you don't really remember the good ones because they score like they're supposed to. So
yeah,
I don't know what his send chart would tell us. His baseball
I'm telling you, the StatCast chart's not telling you to send someone on Mookie Betts. That's for fucking sure. What pissed me off though was like you got first and third there for George Springer, who albeit has been really bad.
I mean, 100% he grounds into a double play, but still give him a chance.
Still give him a chance. Yeah, exactly. We got to talk about George Springer, Avery. I'm going to be sick. And people on Twitter are like, oh, everyone's hating on George. I'm not hating on George, the player. I'm hating on George, the sample size he's given us right now.
I thought you were going to say you're hating on George, the person.
No. The sample size given us right now, like, he is 1 for his last 26, Avery. Yeah. 1 for his last 26, 13 for his last 62. I know he will figure it out. I will know this is George Springer. I know. But when he is bad, it's elevated so much more because he's at the top of the order hitting leadoff. And it seems like every time this dude is up, there is runners on base. Every fucking time. And he grounds into a double play or pops out. I know he's going to figure it out. But this stretch that he is on right now is catastrophic shit. Catastrophic shit at the plate. Unserious.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to watch. I guess everyone's at bats when they're really going bad suck. That's why you get on them. Like Bo Bichette, when he struggles, his at bats suck and he flails at the ball. Vladdy took a lot this weekend. George just swings a noodle bat when things are going wrong for him. It's like the ball can't get out of the infield.
The falling.
I love the falling. You know that. If George wasn't smashing baseballs off his ankle every at bat, I don't want it. That's what he's good at.
Yep.
Yeah, it sucks. Always.
And we're not hating on him. We're not hating on it. It's just this stretch. No,
he's
really
in a bad stretch right now. Yeah. He'll figure it out. He went on a bad stretch to start this year, and then he got hot for a couple months.
Exactly. He'll be okay. Fine. He'll be okay. You want
the hot, cold, hot factor.
He's a very streaky hitter, and we've known that his entire Blue Jays career, right? His average is down to 257. Not great.
Like I wouldn't mind George Tember. Like we had.
Yes.
Tember.
My God, he was a bad man. That was a bad motherfucker.
One of them will do the Linsanity run.
Yes.
Oh my God. I'm looking at MLB debuts by teams this year. The Reds 12, Pirates 11, Giants 10. Calling up prospects.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
12?
Yeah.
12 debuts.
Yeah, like I'm seeing Marco Luciano right now. I'm playing shortstop for the Giants. Can't believe it.
Wow. All right. Yeah, that's fucking insane. Oh, yeah, but going back into that Monday start, Jose Barrios couldn't be more back.
Yeah, he's good.
He's insane.
He's very good.
He's very good.
Bassett battled. Kikuchi, great.
Just Kikuchi was just in his Duffy today. Let's go into today's game. Obviously, yesterday's game, couldn't sleep for a little bit.
Did you think it was a auto loss today?
No.
I didn't think so either.
A lot of people were tweeting that, by the way.
You go down in horrific fashion the night before. You'd think you'd roll over.
But there's also a little bit of need.
That shows a pretty good clubhouse.
I know, but I also like the fact that the game was like pretty much directly after. Like it was
100%.
Yeah, it's just easy to wipe.
If they had to play that game today, day off, long flight, cross country, road trip home.
Like a playoff series. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah,
would be an issue.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think really good bounce back effort today, fueled by Whit Merrifield being Manny Ramirez.
Whit Merrifield, that ball he hit out today. We're in the year 2023. And Whit Merrifield is pimping home runs like a motherfucker. He pimped the shit out of that. That was awesome, dude. That was so awesome.
Whenever he hits it, you don't know if it's gone because it's Whit.
Yeah, and the stat nerds tell you the exit velo is not there, obviously. But
Well, that's not stat nerds. That's just the numbers. But when he got it and he stood there, couldn't believe it. The ball flies out Dodger Stadium during the day. Thank
yeah,
God.
2 for 4, 2 for 4 today with 4 RBIs from big hit Whit. Just his on base percentage is 350, dude. He's slugging 413. Obviously, it's a little bit low, but whatever. It's Whit Merrifield, obviously. But Vladdy again today, a little 2 for 5. Bo Bichette, Avery, is 7 for his last 11.
After we I mean,
I did say he was going to go on a run. I did say that.
Yeah, our best players are going to go on a run. You're really going out on.
Well, that's what Bo does.
100%. No,
he's awesome.
Wasn't the reason we lost games in Seattle, but he definitely didn't help us, getting 0 hits the whole series, and then comes back and hits every single baseball. Fucking rights.
He's the best, bro. He's the fucking best. Okay, maybe I was wrong about the VAR show. He went 0 for 2 again today. But going back into that game,
he had 2 walks though.
True. Yusei Kikuchi is incredible, and I was everyone's talking about moving to the bullpen, this, all that type of stuff. How do you move a guy like this to the bullpen? How do you have that conversation with him, Avery? The guy has a 3.79 ERA as a starter. How do you have this conversation? Move him to the bullpen when Ryu comes back up. How do you justify this?
You can't possibly justify that. 3 starts post All-Star break, 1.13 ERA.
Are you kidding me? After the All-Star break.
Yep.
Wow. Let me one up you. His last 7 starts, 38 innings pitched, 2.82 ERA, 45 strikeouts in 38 innings, 1-1 whip. Dude, he is making a strong case to it's impossible to move a guy like this to the bullpen, because it's an impossible conversation to have with a guy. And I know he cares about the team winning and all that type of stuff with him last year, saying he wants to get sent down or whatever it was to improve and help the team. But what a return. I mean,
you know the pitch arsenal change that, have you seen online?
What is it?
The curveball. No, he's throwing both of them now. He threw 6 curveballs all of last season. Now he's thrown 289 of them, and it has the best whiff rate on any pitch, 31.7%. They're hitting 259 against it, which would make it his second best pitch. But when it was just 4-seam slider, you knew what was coming. He's a 2-pitch guy. One was going to come straight out of his hand, or the other one was going to either come into you or go away from you. Now the curveball has kind of changed things as well. It's been a great pitch arsenal change, and he's really, he didn't throw it for the 3 years before, and he threw it 0.3% of the time last year. Now it's up to 16.4%.
Wow.
Helping him a ton. He threw it a decent amount again today. What is it at?
Yeah.
He threw it, 20% of the time today.
Hell yes.
And it's a decent zone rate on it. 80% zone contact percentage. So when they're swinging at it, it's just not something that they can hit as well.
And you love it. The guy cares. And his last strikeout today, because he knew it was his last hitter, he punches out the last guy and does that little Kikuchi strut that he does. That's insane, where he drops to his knee and lifts his hand up. It's incredible. It's fucking incredible. So shout out to you, man. I mean, I'm not going to single anyone out, but has there been a worse take saying, I want Mitch White? Kikuchi ain't it? There hasn't been a worse take on the internet. There hasn't been. Yusei Kikuchi is buzzing, dude. He is buzzing. And then Jay Jackson comes in today, 0. 3 zeros from the bullpen. Jackson, Mesa, Richards. Fuck yeah. Let's go, dude.
Yeah, we needed length out of Kikuchi, and you got that. And then you're able to have Jay Jackson. Tim Mesa only had to throw 2 pitches, and then you take him out, and then Silver Fox comes in and does what the Silver Fox does and just throw a shit ton of changeups.
But I was talking about this deal on the stream, and obviously we both agree to this. Think our listeners can maybe change our mind with this. If you had a gun to my head and it was Bo Bichette or Vladimir Guerrero Jr., I think 90% of Blue Jays fans are taking Bo Bichette, right?
Yeah, maybe not the fans, because I think Vladdy's a more liked player by the fans.
Really? So you think it'd be at least more split for a lifetime contract on the Blue Jays?
Yeah, I think he might be generally more liked Vladdy. He's got a super cool story. Son of like a Hall of Fame guy. I was wrong. Trevor Richards didn't throw many changeups today, but still. I think the fans who aren't tapped into numbers would probably say Vladdy lifetime deal. But
And I guess Vladdy's
the
more
thing
marketable.
I said to you is the lifetime deal would go to Bo if he can keep this hitting up because he plays a premium position. You can get Vladdy's
you can get Vladdy's numbers right now easily from someone else on a cheaper contract.
You're getting them from Ha-Seong Kim right now.
I mean, Josh Naylor.
Yes.
You can get it from Josh Naylor, paying significantly less for, right?
100%.
So yeah.
I think you want to keep them in the organization. It shows that paying your guys who are kind of loyal to you. I mean, maybe loyalty is the wrong word because they're getting paid a lot of money to play in the big leagues, but still, it's kind of been there, been a positive guy, been a good thing for the community, only said good words about being here. So I think you want it as an organization, you want to try and keep the both.
There's going to be that answer, though, at the end of the day, is Vladdy or Bo. And 2 years down the road, we're going to have this conversation. Hopefully, when we're in our fucking condo in Toronto, penthouse, Gate 14's on the moon, we're talking who are the Jays going to keep? Where's this conversation going? But it's a tough conversation to have. Bo Bichette is the best hitting shortstop in the American League, not named Corey Seager, maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, not named Corey Seager.
Well, Corey Seager's been hurt all year, too.
Okay. But Bo Bichette is like, I don't think Jays fans, like, because we watch every single game, I don't think we realize how lucky we are to have this guy. We don't. Because we don't realize how lucky we are to have Bo Bichette. So, great game today, man. It really, like, they needed this. They needed a 500 road trip there, which is weird because they led, like you said, and after in the 7th inning or later in 6 out of the 6 games on this road trip, and they went 500, which is not great, but it goes to show you how taxed this bullpen is. So, yeah. That's where I'm at with that. I mean, I don't know, man.
West Coast swing's tough.
It is a tough swing, but I'm glad the boys are back facing the fucking Angels this weekend.
We missed Shohei Friday,
which is, thank God. We're gonna get Kevin Gossman versus some bum.
Silseth, I think is his
Silseth?
name.
Okay. Yeah. Who carved the Yankees, my Yankees. But yeah, no, I mean, by the way, that play that Luplow made was fucking awesome.
When everyone else couldn't see.
Everyone couldn't see the pop-up, and Luplow comes out of nowhere with his little muzzy. It's so funny. What a legend that dude is. But let's go into listener questions, man. I'm sure some of them are about the deadline on Monday. We'll do more deadline talk Sunday night, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, let's take some time and dedicate to the deadline for Monday.
Yeah.
Because right now, some of the questions are, Jay's making a trade. What package would you do? I'm going to take the time and come up with shit that I want to see.
On Monday.
Yes.
On Sunday night's episode.
Hopefully it'll happen as well.
Because there's not much to talk about on the weekend pods. Like this one, we had a 4 days to break down. The weekend one, we're back at it like 2 days or 3 days after we record, right? So
yeah, exactly. But we have weekend stuff to get into that we can talk about, which is
for sure. Johnny Toronto.
Jonathan wants to know everyone's go-to haircuts. What you get?
One on the sides and quarter of an inch off the top.
Really?
Or one on the sides and the back tapered, faded up, and then a quarter of an inch or an inch off the top. Sorry, my hair is pretty long right now, so an inch off top.
Okay, I go low skin fade every time. I don't like when they do the skin all the way up too high, too bad. And then if I like my hair long, I'll just like keep it on top. Who cares?
Yeah.
All right. Next week is Hell Week. It's what.
Oh fuck! I didn't think about that.
It's what the podcast is going to be called for sure. We did Hell Week last year.
Yes, and they went on a run on that Hell Week. I think too. I think they buzzed on that Hell Week.
So, 100% Hell Week next week. Rob wants to know our prediction for Hell Week: 4 against the O's, 3 against the Red Sox. Right?
Yeah.
4-3.
4-3. I'll take 10 times out of 10. Gain no ground, lose no ground. Stay above water. 5-2. I'll be rock hard the entire time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what to think of it. We'll go into that obviously next week when we break down the series, stuff like that. But next week is Hell Week, but it's Hell Week Part 1. Because we looked at that. Someone mentioned it on stream. Jay's got Rays, Yankees, back to back. So in September, that's Hell Month, actually, probably.
Yes, 100%.
But yeah, no, this is a massive week for the Blue Jays. This is a massive week because the Jays go on a little run. Then Ross Atkins is like, all right, let's fucking keep going for this shit. Let's get a big bat. Let's get like a piece, or let's elevate ourselves here. Because the American League is wide open, Avery. There is no, like, the Rays suck right now. They're 2-8 in their last 10.
The Boston Red Sox are actually good.
Yeah, the Red Sox actually might be good.
And then Trevor Story's coming back. They should get some pitching help as well. We need to separate here.
Yeah, this is where you separate. Yeah.
It needs to happen.
And playing at Fenway, fuck. Next week.
All right. Some of your top 3 fast food places. You're not that big of a fast food guy, but
no, I'm not. Let's go. Does Subway count as fast food?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get roasted for this. So if we're including breakfast and all this, McDonald's 1, Subway 2, and I love shawarmas. Like I'm a big shawarma guy.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Osmo. I guess I could say Osmos, but that's like a lazy man's answer. I don't know if there's like a specific one there. I know there's one in Milton. I can't really say, but because it's like I can't say it's not like a chain.
It's a one-off.
Yeah. So I'll go McDonald's, Subway, and Osmos. Fuck it.
Okay. Chipotle, Raising Cane's, Whataburger. 3 of my favorites.
Oh, okay. Whoa, okay. Scratch that entire thing. I don't know we were including American things. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. If eliminate all that. Raising Cane's, Chipotle, and not Whataburger. Whataburger's trash. Raising Cane's, 1-1.
Trash.
Chick-fil-A, Raising Cane's, Chipotle. Bang. That's the
I think
greatest.
Chick-fil-A is a little overrated.
Well, you have the Canadian one near your work. You don't have the American one.
True.
The one we had in St. Louis slapped.
Yeah, that was good. That's
what I'm saying. We had the American one, the fatter one.
I'm a big Taco Bell fan too, to be honest.
Oh my god, bro. What?
Yeah. I like Taco Bell's work, man.
I can't do it. I can't get behind Taco Bell. I can't do it. Junior college ruined it for me, bro.
True. Yeah, I never really ate it. That's why. Like, I don't eat it a lot. So when I see one, Crunchwrap Supreme, bang.
Yeah.
Worst MLB stadium you've been to and why?
Rogers Center.
Rogers Center.
And let me tell you why. Because it's literally, we say this every podcast almost. It's just a concrete slab. There is nothing baseball-y about it. It's a multi-purpose venue. And the other fields we've went to aren't multi-purpose venues. Comerica Park, great stadium, not a multi-purpose venue. What's the other one, Avery? We went to Great American. You've been to that one? Not a multi-purpose venue, just a ball field. Just the ball field being a ball field.
We were at Busch Stadium.
Busch Stadium, that's a baseball stadium. The Rogers Center is the only like multi-purpose one that was obviously made to have football played in it, which is in my mind why I genuinely think it's the worst stadium I've been to out of them all. Citizens Bank fucking rules.
Yeah, I don't know if I've been to one that's been bad in America because it's just nice to be outside.
Yes.
Like I went to Miami. Miami's cool. It doesn't really feel like a great ball field because there was no one there every time. Like cool facilities, like modern. I've been to Wrigley, loved it. I went to Miller Park. That was inside again, but it felt more like a ball field than Rogers Center for sure. So I don't know if I
go there all the time though.
Yeah,
that might be why. Listen. You put it. I don't care. I know the weather stuff really, really sucks. But just the stadium being outside will always just be different vibes for me, no matter what. I still enjoyed Busch Stadium, and the weather when we were there, Avery, was fucking terrible.
Oh yeah,
like
I was wearing 2 sweaters and a vest, and
I have never been colder in my life, but still looking back on it, I have a positive experience because I'm like, this stadium fucking rules.
Yeah,
they got the grass in center, the bar, and like it's just different. It's just way different.
Get out and see the world, man. Go see different parks. You'll love it.
Yeah. Don't go to Europe. Don't go to Europe. Go see MLB stadiums.
We need to go to Europe to watch soccer this year, by the way.
Oh my God. I know our listeners want us to go so bad. I get DMs every once in a while from it. Like with just people DM me like about the Prem and stuff like that. I'm so fired up. I cannot wait for that shit to be back. Same with college football, T-Mac. Sorry. Yeah. But yeah, no, I just baseball MLB ballpark, just going to different ones rule. I'm excited to go to Cincy in a couple of weeks with like me, you, Curtis, and Alto. That's going to be fucking insane because you're going to be
watching this game at Oracle right now. It's fucking awesome. This
Yeah, it
park.
really is. It really is. It really
Everyone's
is.
wearing winter jackets in
It doesn't
California.
matter. Everyone's having a good time. They're outside boozing on a fucking Wednesday night. What's the
Yeah.
next question, Abe?
I don't know if we really have to answer this. Who would you rather close out Game 7 of the World Series, Mitch White or Alek Manoah? We're not going to answer that one. Do we have full faith in Ross Atkins to make the right moves, or are you not confident in him?
He hasn't given us a reason to be non-confident in him. Like, I haven't heard about Nick Frasso in a goddamn minute. That's the only like really head scratcher he's kind of done. Like, Dalton Varsho, you could justify it because he has tons of years left to control and he's really good defensively. Sure. Whit Merrifield for Max Castillo and Taylor Samad or whatever is a generational Samad Taylor, sorry, is a generational fleecing. Like a generational fleecing. So
100%.
Ross Atkins is like he signed Kevin Gossman.
Matt Chapman deal.
Jose
Barrios deal.
He signed Chris Bassett, signed Kevin Gossman. Now, fuck it. Yusei Kikuchi's looking like a bargain, you know? Like, he has made these moves that where it's just like, I don't know what more we can complain about with this guy. He's done. He's constructed a very good baseball team.
Yeah, the Bass deal he made last year with Pop is actually a pretty good deal as well. Like, we don't hear of Grosjean's ever.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Anthony Bass doesn't contribute at all, but he was good last year.
Yeah.
And Pop, there's hope for Zach Pop when the rosters expand that he can help this bullpen as well. So I'm pretty confident in him to make good moves. That's it.
Yeah. No, I'm excited, man. Trade deadline day is coming close. It's the best day of the fucking year. Doc's fired up for it. Everyone's fired up for it.
Trade secrets, baby.
Let's go into the pitching matchups. So Friday, like we mentioned, it's Kevin Gossman versus Seal Seth. By the way, on Apple TV, fuck you, Apple TV. Fuck you, dude. I gotta watch this on an illegal stream now, you piece of shit. Seal Seth versus Gossman Friday. Manoah versus Detmers Saturday. I'll be at that game. That's not excited for that. And then Sunday, I believe they said it was Bassett. I forgot to read the fucking thing.
Yeah, that would make sense, right?
Yeah, Bassett versus I'm not sure who. Sorry, guys. Didn't come prepared for that. I totally forgot about that. Still fall asleep at the wheel. I'm usually good with it. So hand up.
What Barrios would go.
Sorry, Barrios. Sorry, yeah. Barrios on Sunday. And then I'm assuming they're going to have Ryu go in that Orioles series. Hopefully the Wednesday game we go to. But I want to say Jays take 2 of 3. I mean, they're kind of rolling right now offensively.
Angels shitty bullpen playing a doubleheader. Have to win Friday, 100%. I don't think I'm ready to give Manoah the benefit of the doubt. Detmer's pretty good. Feels like
Rios though.
Yeah, feels like he'll curveball them to death, slider them to death. So I'll go win Friday, win Sunday, 2-1.
Okay, yeah, I can get behind that. Win 2-1. Vladdy continues.
I don't think Manoah will pitch bad per se. Shohei will hit a home run off him, but I don't know. I think they might struggle against Detmers.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see what happens though. But I'm excited, man. When every time Ohtani comes to town, you love to see it. I mean, a guy that we're gonna be able to tell our fucking grandkids we got to watch play baseball.
Yeah. So the first time Shohei came to Canada, my Japanese roommate from Tokyo was living in Georgetown with me, and it was the best day of his life. We had to go to the game. Like, he had to see Shohei, and that was one of the best memories I had. The other good memory I have was like Ryu coming to town from the Dodgers, and just a ton of people supporting him as well. So I hope the Japanese community in and around Toronto shows up big time, because it's cool.
They will. It just sucks he got scratched for that Friday start, because him versus Gossman would have been scenes, dude.
That would have been awesome. That's
all absolute scenes.
That's why you watch baseball, for best on best.
Yep. But anyways, thanks to everyone for listening, man.
The live streams, we broke almost 500 people in it at one time. Yeah,
5 people at a time was insane. And then people like the sickos that go back and watch it, or you're crazy. We broke the record so we broke the record on Monday. Tuesday, we one-upped it and broke it again. Just fucking awesome, man. I love you guys. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And just the gate 14 difference, man. No score bug, nothing. Just vibes. Everyone just vibing out. I will see you guys for Friday beer. Avery will be at a cottage. Enjoy the cottage, brother. And
maybe I'll stick around and just leave for the cottage after the game. I won't be official.
Are you guys going out Friday?
No. I might just I won't sit in cottage country traffic, so I might just leave after the Jays game.
That makes more sense. Yeah, you don't obviously just don't booze or whatever, but yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So I'll see you guys. We'll both see you guys Friday beers. Thanks to you guys for the support. Corona collection dropping next Tuesday. I was gonna announce it on the next podcast, but just prepare. Start saving your money. Maybe do an extra side job. Help someone out with some chores. And Corona rooftop collection will be dropping on Tuesday. Love you guys, and let's have ourselves a fucking weekend. Johnny Toronto's back.